Go easy on me, baby. Da-na-na-na-na-na, eh. Da-na-na-na-na-na, yeah, 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 yeah. Hello, 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 everyone. How are you doing today? Welcome, welcome, welcome to Gist with Melody, your one-stop podcast for fun, for gist and entertainment. I am your host, Melody. Here on this podcast, we get to talk about a wide variety of topics while bringing in people from various walks of life to share the conversations with us. Now, today is another episode on workplace culture. For those of you who have been following the episodes on this podcast. Thank you so much for doing so. And I hope that you've been learning a thing or two. I guess this is the most relaxed you have seen me since I started this podcast. Just because, we just had to do this for the episode that we're going to be talking about today, and it is crazy office stories. I will share with you crazy office stories that some of you shared with me when I asked you to. And yeah, let's get right into it, okay? He said it was the end of the month, so I was trying to manage myself till the next salary came in. So taking cabs was out of the question. I had this guy I had a crush on at work, but he never seemed to say anything about it, even though we talked very well in the office. And you did not say anything to him either. Okay, let's read on. That day it had rained and was still drizzling, so I entered the office soaked. He saw me and asked, "What happened to you?" I replied, "The rain happened." And the next question he asked shocked me to my bone marrow. He asked, "I know it rained. I'm just wondering why you're wet. You didn't come in your car? You told us you never go out with your car or a cab. So what happened?" Best believe I was not myself throughout that day, and the crush I had for him died that day. Sorry. I know that I am not supposed to laugh, but this is funny. First of all, you obviously have been lying in the place. Sorry, you obviously have been lying in the place of work that you know you're a big girl, you're a big person. You don't do small boys, you have your car, you have your this, you have your that. I don't know if you have a car, but from what you've showed here or what you wrote here, it seems that you were always using a cab or something, or perhaps you have been making them believe that you have been using cabs to your work. Okay, but it be things. Your secret, your ashiri was open to the world. So sorry about that. But don't worry, you get another crush to crush on, okay? Okay, next story. This one was also sent to me. This person says, I hated working in the office, but I continued doing so because I was still living with my parents, and I could not just allow them to keep telling me things like, "Is this what we get for all the money we spent on you in school? How will you raise a family of your own as a man when you have no job?" and all that. I can absolutely relate. Now, I'm not a guy, but I think it goes same way. There are things they say to ladies, there are things they say to guys as well. They tell the guy, "How will you raise a family of your own? You have no job, you have no this, you have nothing, you have no house, you have no this." And then the lady, they are telling you, "How are you going to be a mother? You cannot cook, you cannot clean." Okay, let me continue the story. Immediately, I could afford a house. Mind you, I went really far from them. I told them it was the job promoting me. Immediately, I did that. I quit. I have started my own business and it's been going well. Well, good for you. As much as you lie to your parents, but do I say this kind of justified? What do you guys think about it? For you, my audience, what do you guys think about this guy's story? Do we say his lie was justified? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Okay, next story. Yes, we have someone who sent in a recording. So let's listen to this. I'll be back.
Okay, so I remember one experience I had at my place of work where I was new there, and there was this other girl that was also new. We were meant to be working together. So, but I came before her. So I remember that we were having this. Okay, so my boss called someone to train us from another branch to train us, and then when they were done training us, she gave us time to still practice some of the things in the office, and then she she was asking us about, okay, what did we learn and all that. So this girl is a conk Yoruba girl. This girl lived in Yoruba, like in a Yoruba state, all her life. The way she says them, it's just like hearing a worried person talk, and then the person is quite funny. So I remember when my boss was asking us, okay, tell us what you learned, tell us this and that. So the way that she was saying it and the way that she was mixing everything up, like I was literally in front of my boss. I had to hold, I had to, I had to really hold myself because I was, inside of me, I was laughing. Like I could not take it. I was literally holding my mouth and trying to like remove my face from my boss because my boss was not happy with the way she was responding. At the end of the day, when my boss left us, like I just started laughing, and working with her was really, really nice and all that. So that's the experience I've had so far that I feel made me really laugh hard at work.
Ha, see, guys, welcome back. Joy, you are not nice. What do you mean? I mean, at one point in our lives, a number of us had to, um, find funny someone's accent, the way they talk, or perhaps the way they pronounce a particular word at one time or the other. And you've also had people laugh at you as well, too. But girl, you are not nice. But anyway, thank you for sharing your story with us. All right. I will not end this without sharing my own story as well because I mean, I've had mine and it was none other. I mean, I've had a lot of crazy office stories, but I think this one actually stands out because it's something a number of us can actually relate to a large extent. I mean, I've had times where I felt like, I mean, I'm doing everything, I'm rushing to work, and then my shoes got spoiled while I was running to work. I mean, I was really late. I did not get transportation on time, and while I was rushing, my shoes got spoiled. And then I'm thinking, how am I going to repair this? But I could not think that as a first priority. My first priority then was to get to work, so they see that I'm already at work first. Then I can now think of how I am going to repair my shoes. But that's not even the story I'm going to share with you. So while I was in the place of work, right, this place I was working one time, I was feeling good, I had my wig. I just bought this new wig. So, I wanted to show it. I wanted to open branding, like I want to show it to the world that I've bought a wig. I have low cut, but I can wear wig and I can rock it effortlessly. It was even a fringe wig. A number of you have seen that wig, right? So when I'm editing this, I would add the wig so you guys can see the wig I'm talking about. But anyway, I was ready. I mean, it was a Monday, so I mean, I was ready for this. I had a white skirt on. I had this very fancy top on as well. So I was looking ready. I had my heel shoes because I was so ready that I was intentionally going to wear heels at work, um, which is not something I do all the time. But I was ready, right? Everybody was complimenting me. Talk where? Not this smart, you ready? I'm like, come on. Of course, I was just like, no, stop it. But in my mind, I was like, continue, keep saying it, don't stop. But anyway, until I think it was around the period where it was lunch, I wanted break, right? And I wanted to go get something to eat. And that was how I stood up. I'd walked towards the gate, And one of my colleagues, female colleagues, called me up. She was like, "Ah, Tope, you don't stay no."
Damn!
You say wait. Today of all days, Auntie Flo decided to come, and I was stained. And because I was even wearing white, it was so obvious. And I had a really heavy flu. So you can as well just imagine. It wasn't that big, the stain wasn't that big, but you know what? The tiniest stain will be so exaggerated on white. So you can literally imagine my embarrassment. So I think why I was even extra embarrassed was because there were other male colleagues as well, right? Standing there, and two among them were two that I had a crush on. I had a crush, like different level of crushes on. We'll come back to that another time, but different level of crushes, right? On both of them, and they were there, right? And they just smiled. God, oh, I felt like slapping that girl that came to tell me, first of all, that I was on. Like, why can you not call me aside and tell me that, oh, babe, something is wrong with you're stained, oh, that kind of thing. You just say baga, just open your mouth, baga. I just feel that you can just say anything you just want to say. Like, right now, I'm angry all over again. But anyway, there was really nothing I could do. Auntie Flo would stain your white, literally stain your white. And man, for a long time I was dealing with the embarrassment because anytime I passed and the guys were laughing, I kept thinking that perhaps they were laughing at me. But after a while I got to deal with it. I mean, I'm a lady, this is part of who I am. If they have girlfriends or if they have wives, these are things that their wives go through. So why should I be feeling ashamed, right? That was what I just told myself and just had to just die the embarrassment. But the people that I had a crush on, I could not just look at them the same way because I just kept thinking that, well, everybody get out. So, guys, these are the crazy office stories. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and thanks to everyone who shared their stories with me. Thank you so much for allowing me to share them here as well. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Next week, we have another exciting topic that we will be sharing on workplace culture. Do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will drop the link in the comment section as well. Follow me on Instagram. And yeah, I drop a number of content from time to time. So follow me on Instagram and do not forget to drop your message as well. For those of you who are watching me on Spotify, I have a question, like a feedback that I would love you to respond to down below. So just go there and just drop your comments. Just less than a minute, less than a minute. Trust me. Thank you guys once again so much for coming here. Next week, I will see you for another exciting episode. Until then, I remain Melody. Bye. Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Or welcome to my podcast, whichever one you're listening to. I'm tired. Hey guys, welcome. Will this work?